going on, YouTube? Hello, subscribers. What it do, White Collar Crew? That was one of the first times I've ever said that and not messed up. It's going to be a great morning. It's going to be a great morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you guys so much for always watching. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for subscribing. So, I got great news for you guys. I was able to make it home from Tacoma, Washington in time to see my nephew graduate high school. But before we get into all of that, I hope you guys really enjoyed my last video. I know something way different than I normally do. It was just a bunch of pictures of my time up in Seattle and then Spokane, Washington. It was personal pictures. It was personal pictures that I did not plan to share with you guys. But you know what? I shared those pictures with family. I consider you guys family too. You guys have always been great with all your emails and comments. I can't thank you all enough. So hope you enjoyed all those pictures. The first quite a few or a lot of those pictures were all from Seattle. And then all those waterfalls and stuff like that, that was Spokane, Washington. So I want to tell you how that ended up all happening. And also tell you guys how I ended up making it home from Tacoma, Washington on a Friday morning to New Orleans, Louisiana on Thursday night at midnight, Friday morning midnight. So this is how it all went down. So after I did that video by the train tracks and all of that, or by the trains and rail cars over there in Tacoma, Washington, we were sitting there waiting to get unloaded. Finally, they opened up the gate. We checked in. Then there was one guy ahead of us. He got ahead of us, and this place actually had to wash off the product, not the truck, not the trailer, the actual product. They had to wash the product off before they put it on the cargo ship that goes overseas to China. And you know, my trainee made a good point that it's to get all or any bugs or spiders or anything like that that can go overseas and infect and just make a mess over there in China, or wherever it's going. So that was a good point, and that made a lot of sense. Well, so that's no problem, no big deal. Well, the guy that was in front of us, he had the big old parts load, or not the parts, we had the parts. He had the big old combine or whatever the heck it is. And while the pressure washers were washing off his machinery, the machine ended up breaking. Not the pressure washer machine ended up breaking. And so that caused probably about a 2.5 hour delay. Well, during those 2.5 hours, my fleet manager went ahead and dispatched us a load. Even though we weren't empty yet, but he knew I needed to get home the following weekend, and he went ahead and dispatched us a load. Well, that load picked up in, I forgot the name of the city, but it's Washington, and it was south of Tacoma about 2 hours. And the dispatch says picking up on the weekend is okay if you call in advance. And so I didn't think much of it. My trainee even mentioned something, but I didn't think much of it at this point. I was like, yeah, that would be if somebody delivered on a Saturday morning or late Friday night, then, you know, they would have the opportunity to go pick up on the weekend. But, you know, we're not going to do that. We're going to get unloaded here, and then we're going to go pick it up later today. So he was like, okay. So I'm looking at the map. We've got Tacoma here, our shippers down here, 2 hours, and then back here to Tacoma, about 30 miles north is Seattle. 35 miles, 40 miles north is Seattle. So I'm like, wait a second. We're this close to Seattle. It's a Friday. It's almost the afternoon, or it's almost around noon. What if we call and ask this shipper if we could pick it up early Sunday morning? So I said, what if we call the shipper and ask them if we could pick it up on Sunday, early Sunday, and we go and enjoy ourselves in Seattle? He was like, that sounds like a good idea. So, and I say he says that, my trainee. So we call my fleet manager. I asked him to send in the request and see if we could pick this up early Sunday, and they said absolutely. So it all just kind of worked out, because now instead of us driving 2 hours south and then back 2 hours and then 30 minutes over to Seattle, we wouldn't have gotten there probably until 9 p.m. Did I say there to Seattle by 9 p.m.? But we ended up getting to Seattle around 2:30 p.m. after we got done taking a shower at a local truck stop, and we got over to Seattle. This was great. There are no truck stops in Seattle. No truck stops at all. No places to park. There's even a sign that says, like, probably about 20 miles or 18 miles or so out, it says, no parking, or you will be towed next 18 miles or something like that. Pretty much say no parking in Seattle. And it's a white sign, which usually refers to commercial vehicles. So we lucked out, though. I was smart enough to call a local Home Depot in Seattle. Explain to them that I've never been to their beautiful town before, beautiful city, and I live in New Orleans. You know, would it be okay if I parked on their property? And they were kind enough and gracious enough to let me park on their property. My camera keeps on stopping the, I don't want to say the R word, you know what I mean, or else it'll make it stop. Anyways, so got over to the Home Depot. Thank you very much to them. We were able to enjoy Seattle thanks to them. You guys saw all the pictures, so that worked out great. Friday evening we were there. Saturday we went up on the Space Needle, and it was a beautiful, beautiful city. I was so thankful I was able to have that opportunity to go there. And all right, let's see. I know this story is going on long. Are you guys still hanging around? Are you? You are? Thanks. All right, so Saturday night we get back to the truck. Saturday early evening we get back to the truck. Let me change that, late evening. It doesn't even matter. We go ahead and decide, since my clock has reset, or no, his clock is reset, his 34-hour break is done, we drive down we drive south about 60 miles or so to a truck stop to get a shower, and we ended up picking up a load. So I was hoping that load from Washington back on Friday when I was in Seattle or in Tacoma, I was really hoping this load would get us going southeast. We need to go southeast to try to get home on by Friday. So the load unfortunately just only went from just south of Tacoma 2 hours only to Spokane, Washington. So I was a little disappointed in that. I'm like, oh gosh, we're going to be in Spokane, Washington on Monday morning. How in the world are we going to get home? How is it going to be possible? Now, it's possible with the clocks, my clock and his clock, we can make it, no problem. But it's just finding loads that go down that way. Well, Sunday morning, we pick up the load. Sunday night, we get over to the consignee in Spokane, Washington. And Monday morning, I woke up real early. It was light outside, 4:20 a.m. in the morning. And it's actually probably about this bright, maybe a little less, a little darker, at 4:20 in the morning out there. So I ended up catching an Uber and going and seeing the sunrise by all those waterfalls that you guys saw in those pictures. That was in Spokane, Washington. That was absolutely beautiful. Really enjoyed, seeing Mother Nature do her thing. It was impressive. So then we got unloaded and got dispatched a new load, and this was the load we needed. It did not pay well for the miles, it did not, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm over there in Spokane, Washington. I need to get to New Orleans, Louisiana I was in Spokane, Washington Monday morning. I need to get to New Orleans, Louisiana on Friday. I probably messed that all up. You guys know what I'm trying to say. And thankfully got a load from, I'm going to say north of Spokane. I forgot the name of the city. Kettle Falls sounds familiar. Kettle Falls, Washington, that goes to Pella, Iowa, which is southeast of Des Moines, Iowa. And that was the load we needed. We got it there Wednesday morning. Yeah, Wednesday morning. It was a good 1,500, 1,600 mile drive. He drove the morning shift. I drove the nighttime shift. He drove again on Wednesday during the day. So that got us right when I saw that load. I was like, I'll bet my paycheck on it that we'll make it home. So we got unloaded Wednesday morning, and we got a load from SSAB in Iowa that goes down to Birmingham, Alabama. It was an oversized load. We had to 2-day it. It ended up working out. We didn't 2-day it. We got it there on Thursday. We got it there on Thursday morning. No, Thursday around noon, and we ended up getting dispatched a load that picked up on Thursday that goes to, I got bugs all over me, picked up on Thursday but delivers on Monday to Midland, Texas. So that goes through home. We were to get home, and it worked out great. He was able to spend another day or so at home for Father's Day, and so yeah, it worked out great. So thank you, TMC, for getting me home. It was I had my nephew's graduation to go to, and you guys pulled it off, so thank you. So I am solo this week. I hope I'm not getting towed. A tow truck just pulled right in front of me. I don't know why. Not a tow truck, but a work truck. But anyways, what was I going to say? That kind of got me off guard. I am solo this week, and starting next week, I'm going to have my godson on the truck with me for a few weeks. We are going to do a whole bunch of trips over the weekends. Monday morning, or 2 weeks, pretty much next weekend, not this coming weekend, next weekend, we're going to do Mall of America in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Weekend after that, we're going to do Pigeon Forge, Dollywood in Pigeon Forge. Weekend after that, we're going to do Orlando, Universal Studios. So it's going to be a fun 4 weeks with him on my truck. I am looking forward to it. But other than that, I'm going to see what's going on with this work truck. And we'll see what's happening. Other than that, I hope all is good. You guys know what to do. Smile. You got a great one. All right, so I just wanted to go and check to make sure that that guy was not here for me. He was not. So he has some tires to change, one of these other trucks. But I just want to show you guys something funny real quick. Just a little sidebar. Let me open up my little tripod here. Some of you guys might know this. Some of you don't. But got a banana, right? Normally you would peel it open like this, but sometimes it's kind of hard to open by pulling on this. Well, I've learned, you turn it upside down, you give this a pinch, and you can just peel it right open from here. I usually just get rid of this little top part here. Ugh. And now you've got yourself a handle to eat with. Anyways, that's it. Hope it made you guys laugh. Thanks for watching. Smile. I got banana in my teeth. Have a good one. You got a great one. Bye.